Yes, greetings, family. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First, Empress Reserve Menin. Yes, family. One perfect balance. Welcome to a wonderful Wednesday. We back at it again, having our round table discussion. See Jackie up early in the building. Jacqueline can't stop it. The Jays have it tonight, without question. This is, I was going all day looking forward to tonight, thinking to myself, you know, what's the angle? How should I approach this serious matter of going back to the future? Yeah. What exactly is a digital ID? I'm gonna plug in this one, this device here, see my little low on juice. Just gonna plug it in real quick. We go ahead and put this on vibrate as well. Got it covered. Yeah, family. So we want to do some stuff tonight. Plus, I can't believe that this has actually happened. And we kind of, well, we didn't miss it really. We didn't really miss it, but it was this month, a year ago. It was actually on the 12th of February, which I'm not sure what day the 12th of February was. I'm going to check my calendar real quick. Matter of fact, let me go check it. Tell you exactly what day it was. I didn't even realize that's what it was, man. Whole time is just today, the 23rd, a special day for me, without question. But the 12th would have been a Saturday. Well, that's been 2 weeks ago. But it was a Saturday, which is funny because I guess we would have started this the Friday night. The first, and I had asked this question before in the chat. I don't think anybody had actually posted it. Yeah, I don't think anybody actually posted it. But the first ever, 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 let me pause this real quick. The first ever live we did, it was on the 12th of February. You can imagine that time went so fast. We've been doing this for a year, over a year. We've been saying it felt relatively close, but damn. I see you, Sonia. I see you locked in. It was on February the 12th, which was a Friday night, and we did our very first live. And my, what a long way we would have come from the two clothespins, the old cell phone, and the ironing board. I don't know if y'all can remember them days, but damn, that's a long way. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and put this here real quick, see if I get passionate about it and see what happened. If I can find it, let me see. That's it. Let me go ahead and just share that real quick. Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? Look, y'all remember this right here? I mean, this where it started, family. For those now joining us, for those now coming on board, for those who are here for the first time, for those who, in and out. There's a few day ones on here though, without question. I'm trying to pull it up on this line right now. Can y'all remember that? I mean, Joe, it was just seemed like just the other day. No, seeing it, so I don't even know what to say about this. Okay, that took longer than usual. Not sure why. But anyway, it came up though finally. I don't even know what to say about this. All right, it's a little feed forward. We shut it off. But yeah, though, family, y'all remember that? Y'all actually remember that right there? This is where it was. This is the very first live we actually did. Very first. I don't know, man. Let me go ahead and put this system here in motion. See what's going on. I got some stuff to share with y'all tonight, though, so go grab a pen. Definitely go grab a pen and piece of paper for sure. Tonight is one of those nights. We definitely gonna be telling a friend to tell a friend. Let me go and just share this real quick. You know how we do. I'm trying to see how I can get this. I'm trying to finagle something here. I'm trying to finagle it, but I ain't sure it coming up. I'll let that ride out. I'll let it ride out. Let's see. But anyhow, go tell a friend and tell a friend. This is where it started. The very first live, politically incorrect. I wonder if I replay this now, how that would be. I wonder how that would be. I mean, it was such a long time ago. Let me see here if I play this, what it sound like. I didn't even think I was on live. Like I didn't even sure. I was like, wait, we on? Uh-huh. Wow. That time I on live and I didn't even sure you. You remember this? On live and I didn't even sure. Greetings to you too, Rhonda. I see you, Daffodil. All this time passed, Charge, right?
Isn't that right? I was online all evening. It was all good. All of a sudden, my net playing the fool.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's just fate. It's all good.
Wow. Anyhow, family, going back to day one.
We're gonna figure this out.
This
Man
is
versus machine. That's an easy victory.
that's right. Man versus machine.
All right, all right. Well, in the meantime, there we go. Spinning, looking pretty. All right. Well, good night, those who are in the building. So far, it's gonna be an interesting night. Could tell you that. Could tell you that. Play a song with my brethren that should be.
See? Nature B.
The world's widest search for the coronavirus. Officials attempting to test everyone, all 11 million people in every neighborhood.
Wow. Nature B opened up the program. You remember that? Nature B opened up. Tamara and Nataki, we're getting on, family. Rastafari. Nature B opened up the program. You can imagine that. Anyhow, when y'all get a chance to go back to the archives, I think a lot of these videos are actually on my personal Facebook page, Emmanuel Barillia. You can check it out. And that page is consistently growing despite I am putting more on one page versus the other. I gotta find a way to share the information respectively on both so I can, I guess, focus on one entirely. But I want to open up tonight with a video that's from my same personal Facebook page, and it's by a brethren of mine all the way in, I think he's in Texas now, brother named Griff Lamar. This song right now, I came across this song. He did this in college. He did this song in college as I can't say as a joke, as an assignment in college. He was a budding artist. He had a few videos out in the music industry. I guess he wasn't really making any kind of headway. He wanted to. He was in college anyhow, and he dropped this video. And well, I'll let it speak for itself. Let me go ahead and just share it. I'll let it speak for itself. In the meantime, get your pen and paper and tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, that's how we're doing this thing. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to share this real quick. Now, I put this on my wall in 2014. Like I said, just to share his message with the world. And y'all tell me what y'all think about this video, man. Griff Lamar. Let me pause this really quick. My brother and sisters, what will come of our future if we continue to keep each other down? Are we not oppressed enough already? Who will we be tomorrow? Who they tell us we are or who will tell them we are? It's a question one you have to definitely ask yourself. In order for change to happen, we must first start with ourselves. And this was his message from, I mean, like I said, it was a class assignment. I think it was during Black History Month, quote unquote, Black History Month. Was this question was brought up, but he did a song. He wrote a song to it, put a video together, and didn't show his image of himself. Didn't put a picture of himself. He wanted the entire focus to not be on him as an artist, but as a message. So check this message out and give me your thoughts. In the meantime, tell a friend to tell a friend. Griff Lamar, wake up, Black people.
So ready to learn. Yeah. It's time to wake up, black people. Yeah. All my beautiful black people. Okay, so tell me what the heck does it mean to be black? Is it rap, music, or crap shooting? Fathers choosing to leave and children losing. The family unit has depleted. We're defeated as a culture. Plus, Big Brother always got us looking over our shoulders. As I get older, sweat gets colder. Unless you wear this war paint, please don't say racism's over. Cause when I walk in the store, try to buy my family food, they follow me. I call them out, and somehow I'm the one who's rude. My father served the nation, so me, I serve the nation. But the nation has replaced equality with toleration. So every day I wake up and tell myself I'm the man. And if your skin is lacking pigment, then you just can't understand. Brother Malcolm said by any means, all I see is enemies. My brothers and sisters, we got to change our self-identities. If we ain't got us, then who else gonna have our back? We the only ones who really understand what's on this track, right? It's time to wake up, black people.
Time to wake up, black people. Griff Lamar.
All my beautiful black people. Yeah.
History in the making.
It's time to wake up, black people. Yeah. All my beautiful black people. Okay, our history don't start with slavery, but tell me why that's news to me. Nobody ever told us growing up we came from kings and queens. They never taught from our perspective our story. Till the lion tells the tale, the hunter always gets the glory, huh? But we are much more than just a perception of an oppressive system designed to get us arrested, keep us apart, children neglected. See, we are more than just the mask that we put on to make some cash and bring it home to spend it fast until it's gone. They don't want us to wake up. They tell us get your cake up. All your dreams can be achieved with pale makeup. The miseducation of my people has took our vision. But if we look back, then we can find out what we've been missing. We've all fallen victim to the design of a system that redefines the community of the minds of our people. But this is equal. No change needed when our minds are feeble. This world is evil, but some knowledge can make you lethal. You know what I mean? It's time to wake up, black people. Yeah. All my beautiful black people. Yeah. It's time to wake up, black people. Yeah. All my beautiful black people. So who are you and who am I? We're done with all the lies, our eyes are open to the madness, so let's focus on the prize. If we don't put in work to re-establish family ties, then we doomed to walk the earth with no heritage to define. Be against our demise, I want our people to rise, I want us to all survive. But we have to free our minds, cause they got us in the binds. And they keep us wasting time, provoke us acting out of line, and dimming stars that's meant to shine. Promoting ignorance is what's relevant. Suppression of our only leaders seems to be prevalent. Another Dr. King, I have a dream, will be heaven sent. But y'all, it's up to us to persevere with benevolence. Give each other strength to keep climbing, so when they bury us, we can use this solid investment as wings to carry us. Give each other strength to keep climbing, so when they bury us, we can use this solid investment as wings to carry us. Yeah.
Don't even know how.
It's time to wake up, black people.
It's time to wake up.
Yeah. All my beautiful black people.
Beautiful
Yeah.
people. Beautiful people.
It's time to wake up, black people. Yeah. All my beautiful black people.
Griff Lamar family. Griff Lamar. Griff Lamar. That is the brother right there in full effect. I mean, me personally speaking, when I first heard it, I was like, "Yo, this tune here." I mean, the brother just spitting the knowledge, giving the history, showing examples of what occurred, predominantly in North America, but we can still identify with the struggle because it's affected the whole of Africans wherever you go across the globe. And so I give the brother full respect, full props on that. And from the time I put this video up on my page, this was about, like I said, 2014. I mean, this particular video did some serious, put in some mileage, man. That's all I can say. As a matter of fact, this video, like I said, it's on my personal page, and to date it has about 6 million, or close to 6 million views. This one song, 6 million people across the world have seen this video. Now, for me, that's an impact. I mean, that's an impact. That's coming from the Caribbean myself. I tell myself, yo, this is crazy. Look, it was so crazy, right? That when he found out it was on my page, this brother contacted me and asked me how I did that. Like, how you managed it? What did you do? I did nothing. People responded to the message, and they tell a friend and tell a friend. It was shared hundreds of thousands of times. And I said it to say that again, energy. The brother did this from his heart, and so shout out to Griff Lamar. He has a few other tunes online. As a matter of fact, he was even telling me he was going through a dark phase, a very dark phase. And when he saw this, it gave him hope. It gave him new life. As a matter of fact, he resurrected his music career based on this video right here that I have posted on my page. So definitely shout out to Griff Lamar. So where am I going with this? Well, the question is, where are we going? Where are we going, family? We're going back to the future. What exactly is a digital ID? This thing right now is the talk of the town. And the reason why it took us to our first presentation is to show us that look how we have made progress on many different levels, and our knowledge has increased. In order to change what is going on, in order to have a different outcome, well, we're gonna need some fresh knowledge. We're gonna have to need some fresh knowledge. At the end of the day, we can't change anything right now with the same mindset that got us into the problem. We have to have an understanding of what's really going on in order to bring about the changes that we're looking for. But what kind of changes are we talking about? Ideally, I mean, again, we can go back and forth all night long. Exactly what is the problem here is the first question we should ask ourselves. What is really going on? Well, I want to play a little clip real quick. Let me jump into this real quick. Let me go to share screen again. I want you all to write this link down too. Like I said, share screen. Yes, I'm gonna play like about 2 minutes of this interview. Y'all get a chance afterwards or some other point in time, and y'all can watch the entire episode. A lot of information is shared, but I want to share this first part for a reason. Right now, Barbados is at the point where we're having this conversation about. Well, let me just put it up. Let me just go ahead and put it up, man. So that we can be clear on where we're going with this thing. I don't know if y'all seen this in the paper. This was, again, Barbados Today, and this was a couple days ago. As a matter of fact, let me give you the date on this. This is an article. You can type this in, Barbados Today, and this was published on February the 22nd, which basically is yesterday. So I want you all to write this down. Let's write this down real quick. Write this down. New ID cards to be rolled out during first quarter. Now, of course, the first quarter would be January, February, March. Of course, 3 4s is 12. So the first, well, we in February now, kind of like the end of February. So they're meaning right around the corner. They're gonna start this any minute. The new ID cards to be rolled out during first quarter. Now I had a different programs in my mind in terms of what I wanted to go tonight, set for tonight. But when I saw this, I can let this slip by because we have a lot of distractions going on right now. School look back out, a lot of stuff happening, and the place seemingly gone a little quiet, which should alarm you, because understand that there's a reason why they're doing all this thing. Right now, the government is basically who we call the government, who have asserted themselves as the government. Let me put it in proper perspective. Have basically asserted themselves into the society and basically telling people, well, look, we're making these decisions for you. It's in your best interest. But nobody in Barbados in vote for no new digital ID. We did not have democracy. This is what they keep preaching over and over and over. This is democracy. This is democracy. This is democracy. But the reality is, it is not democracy, because I certainly not vote for no digital ID. I don't desire to have a digital ID and to be locked into the framework of the system as a prisoner, although there's ways to get out of that down the road. The reality is, most individuals who are not aware of what this noose is about will be found dangling from some pole like a runaway slave, uncertain of their future because they have been captured into a system that will refuse to release you. So the question is, why are we allowing and I use the word allow on purpose, why are we allowing these individuals who sit in there claiming to represent us to make decisions and put policies and things and practices in place that is completely against our own desires? How is this a democracy? Can you tell me, show me the vote, the system, the petition or the poll, whatever we all did, that y'all determined that Barbadians want digital IDs? Why are we going to sit back and allow this? You see, the 70% that did not speak about this thing come election and didn't go out there and represent themselves in terms of numbers. This is the opportunity now to show yourself. You cannot, by any means necessary, allow this particular regime that we call that masquerading as a government to put this particular project online, in stream, whatever they want to roll out, whatever. This is a point in time where we need to be aware. So what exactly is this digital ID? According to this guy here, Barbadians will soon have their technological advanced national trident identification cards in the palms of their hand. Now let me show you something, how double speak. Remember we talked about double speak we always bring it up because it's always there. Barbadians will soon have their technologically advanced national trident identification cards in the palms of their hand. Now, let me just put it this way. Most people don't hold their ID card in the palm of their hand. They hold it in their fingers. Yeah? It'll be in the palm of your hand because at some point in the not too distant future, that ID card, that digital ID card, that technologically advanced national trident identification card will be in a little microchip implanted in the palm of your hand. So they're already conditioning you mentally and psychologically to receive this microchip. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and deal with this first. So word of this has come from new Minister of Industry, Innovation, Science and Technology, Davison Ishmael, who Monday announced that the new cards will be rolled out in the coming months. The new digital card will replace the existing laminated identification card and driver's license. Now, here's the thing. This one card is going to serve two purposes. Now, in Barbados, you had to have a driver's license, they had to have an ID card separately. Well, now you can have either an ID card if you don't have a license, but if you have a license, it will be indicated in this digital ID card. Well, this digital card will be where? On your phone? It's going to be on your phone? Or it's actually going to be a physical card? Think about where this is going, family. The digital ID card will replace laminated identification cards and driver's license. In addition, double speak. In addition, persons can also opt. Now check this out. You can also opt to have your fingerprints. Persons can also opt to have their fingerprints and medical information embedded in the new cards. So this cards will have the capability of storing your fingerprint and your medical information on this card. So if something were to happen to you, you were in an accident and the paramedics arrived there, what would basically happen is that they would scan your card and they would have your whole medical file, what you're allergic to and whatnot. And this is the guise that they want to usher this in. Well, that makes sense. That could save lives. Well, I am sure it can. I'm certain it can. Also, if you know you have medical conditions and you're allergic to certain things, well, it might be fair to keep that information in your wallet or on a medical ban. But anyhow, that's my 2 cents. Ishmael described the move to the new digital ID cards as a simple but integral step in the country's development. Now, wait a minute. I don't know why he feels this is the country's development. There are people in St. Joseph who still ain't got no water. Mr. Technology Man. So you don't think that that's an integral part of the country's development is to get them water out of the black tank and the truck filling it up? I mean, so when the tank's empty, the truck don't make it there. You gotta wait till morning when the truck comes to get water. Ain't even, So when y'all get a chance, go and read this article. He goes on. This new Trident ID card will be launched during the first quarter of 2022, and I can assure that this project is at an extremely advanced stage of its development, and we are confident that barring any unforeseen circumstances, we shall be able to deliver this exciting new Trident card in the coming months. He is very fussy about this. Ishmael announced during debate on the Road Traffic Amendment Bill, Parliament, blah, blah, blah. Check this article out, though, family, and check this young man, because he's basically just repeating this stuff. He has no idea what this is about. He doesn't have he completely... So the digital ID cards are here. He's just announcing it. He's just a salesman, like a used car salesman. He just reselling something. He don't have a clue what this is. Because if he had a clue and he stood there and spoke about it like this, then I don't know, man. Talk about code. Talk about code. So what exactly is a digital ID, family? What exactly is a digital ID? And why is Barbados so hasty in rushing to produce this so-called digital ID? What exactly is a digital ID? I see you, I see you, Phil. I see you. Isis, greetings. I see you too, Maria. I see Fire Space in the building. What? That link got post on Nataki. Loving the vibes for sure. Natasha, I see you too. I see you. I got students to share, family. Digital ID. Let me go and take a look at what the quote unquote experts say this digital ID is. Let me go ahead and just jump out of this, man, and drop this one here real quick. Write these links down too. Write this one then down as well. Go check this out. It's a they call it diabolical Bill Gates Bill Gates digital ID will control your life. Check this out, family. Write this down. You can't make this stuff up. Go on YouTube. Write down the Jimmy Dore show. It's diabolical. Bill Gates digital ID will control your life. Write that link down. It's about a half an hour of the video, but I'm not gonna play the whole thing. But I want you to watch it and listen to what is being said about this digital ID, what it is, and where it came from. And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it, family. We're gonna chop this up. So when you got this link written down, give me some feed forward here, man. Give me some response in the chat. Let me know that y'all paying attention. Let me know that you're tuned in and locked on. Let me turn on my PC here too, by the way. Make sure you plug into the people. Voice of the people, man. Voice of the people. The voice of the people. Digital ID. They talk the digital ID in Barbados. Oh, that's so nice. And you know how they say Bajans love? You know how they say Bajans love? Wait. You know they say Bajans love new things and free things, right? Nah. Let me. How to read the Constitution. Interesting. That doesn't apply to us, though. That's a document for the people. We have our own Constitution. That don't apply to us. All right. We up and running. Yeah. All right. So when y'all got that, yeah, I see the feed forward. I see the feed forward right there. Bam. So now here's the deal, family. Write this link down. Let me open this up on a full screen. Let me go to full screen. Cinema mode. I think that could work. Check this out, family.
So this is a story from the Gray Zone. Public health.
Listen to this carefully. Listen carefully.
How digital vaccine passports pave the way for unprecedented surveillance capitalism. With over 1 billion Indians in its database, Aadhaar Digital ID System is the largest biometric digital ID program ever constructed. Besides serving as a portal to government services, it tracks users' movements between cities, their employment status, and purchasing records. It is a de facto social credit system that serves as the key entry point for assessing services in India. It is a de facto social credit system that serves as the key entry point for assessing services in India. All right, so this is their big thing. And now you can't get anything done in India unless you have this social credit card score thing. Having branded Aadhaar's billionaire creator a hero, initiatives backed by tech oligarch Bill Gates have long sought to bring the Aadhaar approach to other countries.
Mm.
For those yearning for an end to pandemic-related restrictions, credential programs certifying their vaccination against COVID-19 have been marketed as the key to reopening the economy and restoring their personal freedom. But the implementation of immunity passports is also accelerating the establishment of a global digital identity infrastructure. For tech oligarchs such as Bill Gates and neoliberal institutions such as the World Economic Forum, digital ID and digital currency systems have already enabled the extraction of unbelievable profits in the global south, where hundreds of millions of people remain unbanked and therefore outside the sphere of electronic payment systems. Now, with grassroots protests building against an exclusionary regime of vaccine passports, the captains of global capitalism are campaigning with more urgency than ever to bring digital IDs to the West. And if you want to see, here's a defense contractor. Here's one, I think it's called Thales. Here's one of their videos talking about how convenient this will be for all of us and how we will all feel protected. You ready?
Hello, everyone. Meet Lucy, student in psychology, and me, her digital ID wallet issued by the government to offer a
Lucy
wide
does
range
whatever
of
we
identity
want.
services. In fact, I'm a handy way of proving and protecting her identity, both online and face-to-face.
He's going to protect you, protect your identity.
Wow.
Let's have a closer look at what I can do. I can help governments to better communicate with citizens. Right now, I'm reminding Lucy of the appointment she needs to schedule for her mandatory vaccination.
Holy shit.
Mandatory vaccine.
And if I fall into the wrong hands, Lucy's life is pretty much over. How about that?
How about that, family? How about that? How about that? If I fall into the wrong hands, Lucy's life is pretty much over. Go check that out, family. The Diabolical Plan is interesting. I mean, that little clip right there will enlighten you on levels you can't even begin to imagine. You know, I mean, digital ID. Understand that they have been conditioning us with this for a while. Bear in mind, Europe and other countries on that side have been doing this since 2016, 2017, 2018. This is before COVID. COVID, as a matter of fact, when you start to put the dots and line them up, you'll see that COVID as an event created the perfect environment to launch this all across the globe. Hands off, sterile environment. Just swipe and go. Don't touch anything. You don't need no money anymore. Cryptocurrency, digital wallets, digital ID. We got you covered. So that's what's going on, family. It's a Bill Gates initiative. World Forum initiative. That's what's happening here, family. It's not Barbados rolling out some new ID. You took the money, man, from the World Bank. You took the money from the IMF. God knows what other money they took. We don't even know. But they're being paid to launch this in Barbados because think about it. Barbadians did not ask them for any new ID. We did not ask them for that. So where did this ID come from? Why are they giving us something we don't want? We have issues in school. Nurses aren't even being paid. Teachers aren't being paid enough. And we are investing in digital IDs. For what, Mr. Minister? For what? Please explain to the people of this nation why you spending their money in such a reckless way. Well, we know it ain't really you, though. I just trying to make it seem important. But we know it ain't you. That's the puppet master, which would imply that somebody. Anyhow, moving right along. Here we go. Agriculture sector suffering. Is a fact. Is a fact. Is a fact. Is a fact. But yet and still they offering this to the people. So digital ID. This where we going. Okay. Okay. Well, let me drop another video on y'all, man. And this one right here is quite interesting too, because I'm gonna play a little clip from the brother Farrakhan, Minister Farrakhan. We going NOI in a minute. We going NOI in a minute. I got 2 of the videos to play. We're going NOI in a minute, but we gotta drop this message real quick. Y'all still paying attention? By the way, this is on my page as well, my personal page, and along with some other stuff going on in there. But I came across this. I was actually looking for the video I'm going to play next when I came across this. I thought it was relevant to play at least a part of it. Hear what the brother said.
They are trying their best to limit the people of the earth.
Trying to limit the people of
Did
the
you
earth.
know that there was a policy in America, a policy to depopulate the third world?
Depopulate the third world.
How does that affect Jamaica?
Listen.
How does that affect the Caribbean? Did you know that Henry Kissinger wrote the memo that became policy, and they said they were going to use food as a weapon? And they sent that policy to the Department of Agriculture, to the Department of Defense, to the Department of CIA intelligence. So they're all in the world of the third world, setting the third world up for internal strife and revolution and death.
Serious family. Serious family.
Where does your food come from?
Where does the food come from?
Why does Jamaica owe billions of dollars for the importation of food?
Barbados.
When you could grow it yourself.
Rastafari. Big up the
But they
Bongo
grow
Lights.
it 1,000 miles away, and they cannot pick it after it is ripe. They have to pick it before it's ripe. Then they ripen it with chemical processes.
Listen.
Wax it, color it, and you eating it because it looks good in the supermarket. And now you're dying of all these different cancers. Talk to me.
All right. The brother said talk to him, family. He said talk to him. Realize what's going on, people. Realize what's going on. Even the food as a weapon. That's why our agriculture sector ain't kicking up, ain't building up, ain't mobilizing the way it ought to. Because guess what? Digital ID means that if you want to go and shop and you don't have your pass, you can't even buy food. You're going to be limited. You're going to have to try different alternate options in terms of purchasing food. You're going to have to, right now in Canada, and I think I had seen this video a couple of days ago, and maybe I'll post it. Actually, maybe I will post it on this page. But there was an incident where you couldn't go into certain places to buy food. You didn't have certain passes. You can't go in. You have to go somewhere else and buy it. And you can't get nobody else to buy you food because there's a ration amount for certain. When it hits the fan, it will be a ration amount. You can only get one bag of rice or one this and one that. Somebody can't buy the two, one for me and one for you. Nah, I gotta feed my household. So that ain't gonna happen. Family, we see what's going on, right? Food as a weapon. The food shortage and the digital ID and the digital currency and banking is all related. The digital medical as well. It's all related, because when you can't get the medical aspect sorted out with the passes and the vaccine, when you can't get the cryptocurrency and get paid how they're supposed to, how they want to pay you, when you can't use that device to buy and purchase food from different sources, when you can't use it to identify yourself, then you're off the grid completely. As a matter of fact, here's the illusion though. For those who are going to be fussy to run first, like this injection, to get it. I got mine though. I make little TikTok videos about I got my digital ID though. I in. Be mindful of one thing. The day somebody hack that, steal your identity, or better, worse yet, the day they decide to delete you from the digital system, the computer that's in England, and as fate would have it, the computer is called the Beast. You can Google that. If they decide to delete you off the system, you out. No matter what you have, what you would accumulated. So that doesn't make you safe either. Just keep that in mind. Having it doesn't make you safe. It means that you're locked into a system and they have full control over it, and you don't have any at all. Don't believe me? Watch this clip. I got a clip here. Watch this clip. Let me share this one as well. I think I'm playing around. And yes, by the way, this too is on my page. This too is on my Facebook page. This is from 2014. This is 8 years ago, family. I was warning y'all about this 8 years ago. 8 years ago. We've been saying this for a minute. This ain't nothing new. The question is, are you paying attention now?
Imagine an emergency room where a doctor could scan a critically ill patient in an instant and know his or her entire medical history. It's an idea that could save lives, also could get under your skin. Welcome to the future.
My name is Denise L. Pease. I'm 52 years old. I was in the back of what we call Gypsy Cab. There were headlights coming towards me, and in 5 seconds, my whole life changed. Before my accident, I traveled, I shopped, I had a glorious life. I don't travel as much as I used to. I'm pretty much homebound. This is my pouch. This is my little lifeline. In case I have a seizure, everything I need is in here. The problem is there needs to be something more than this, because not everyone would know to look inside of this packet for my information. What would help me is if there was some way that wherever I went in the world, that whatever medical facility I went to, a doctor could access my medical records and know how to treat me in case of a crisis.
Like 2 million other Americans, Denise is an epileptic. When a seizure strikes suddenly, the doctors in the ER need answers, and fast. Now imagine a device that could tell them all they need to know about any medical condition you have in a matter of minutes, at any hospital, anywhere in the world. Sound far-fetched? It's closer than you think.
On a typical day, patients come in with heart attacks, strokes, major trauma, cancer patients in septic shock. You name it, we have it.
What might improve the odds for some of those patients at New Jersey's Hackensack University Medical Center is this. That tiny chip Dr. Joseph Feldman, head of the hospital's trauma unit, holds in his hand. It's a radio frequency identification, or RFID tag. The same technology used to tag animals to help reunite a pet with its owner.
Tag
RFID
animals.
has now won Food and Drug Administration approval for use in humans.
RFID technology is very attractive to emergency departments. It enables people to quickly identify not only who the person is, but what their medical history is. And what would normally take hours sometimes can take a matter of minutes.
How does it work? With the wave of a wand, the doctor reads a unique ID number, then logs onto a central database to quickly access your medical history, surgical history, any medications you take, your allergies and blood type, even an emergency contact. So far, fewer than 100 patients are wearing an RFID medical chip in the U.S., and its $200 cost is not covered by insurance yet. But 65 American hospitals have agreed to implement the technology, and the company that makes the chip expects that number to grow to 200 by the end of the year.
If I had the chip, I could travel all over the world. That would give me the freedom of living a life without bounds.
Now, the chip will be implanted in the upper part of your right arm, and it's just a number on the chip. It doesn't actually have your medical data on there. It has to be compared. That number has to be entered into a secure database, so a hacker couldn't randomly scan you and see your files. So with that.
Kind of an interesting concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Interesting concept, fascinating. Nah, it's not. No, it's not. I mean, see how they're trying to push it through medical, and they use a black woman. Like white people in America ain't got a
What's
chip.
up, lovers? Today I am making a video
Hold on,
about
I gotta
12
stop this
signs.
one. There you go. I gotta stop this one. Not sure what that's. Oh yeah, Facebook thing. Yes, like I was saying, that's also on my page as well. And since 2014, family, we've been doing this. We've been sharing this. This ain't nothing new. Are you paying attention now? Because this is no longer what is to come. This is here. This is here. And, you know, let me just go ahead again and just drop another link. Write this one down too, family. Write this one down. You can probably read this in your little leisure time as well. And this is from 2017. This is from 2017. Write this one down, family. 2017. This is actually 7 News Miami. Company to become first in U.S. to microchip employees. Look, employees. This stuff is like a grain of rice. It's the size of a grain of rice. You're going to have this in the palm of your hands, huh? This is what they're talking about, family, because understand the science. The digital ID is first phase. After the digital ID is introduced, well, you know what? It's too bulky. You know, back in the days, you had a what do you call it? A memory card or a floppy disk. Used to be this big thing. Then it became a little smaller. Then it was a flash drive, a little small, a little small, a little smaller. Now it's so small, it's like a microchip kind of thing that could hold more information than that huge floppy disk back in the days. The card, you know, it's too bulky. You know, just once and they can scan and move. So guess what? You're gonna go from the digital ID into microchip. And guess what? This technology is already in play, is what I'm trying to say. Barbados is only now introducing this to the Caribbean because Barbados is the leader of the Caribbean. Whether we want to accept it or not, it is a fact. Barbadians run things on this level. And I'm not saying run it from the standpoint of nationality. I'm saying they use Barbados as the lab, as the guinea pigs, as the experimental ground to tweak how they're going to do things in the other islands. Facts. So that's what I mean by that. So Barbados roll this out here. Guess what? The other islands going to have to follow suit. Carry, come. So check this article out too, talking about the employees being able to go to, we'll come up, scan the item, explain CEO Todd West, but we'll show how the process will work at the break room, meaning there's a market chaos, meaning you're going to buy something and rather than pull out money on your credit card, you just wave your hand and suddenly beep, 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 money deducted and all sorts and all sorts. The city, each chip is approximately the size of a grain of rice and costs $300 for one chip. Now imagine you got to chip a whole society. $300 times America is about 300 million people. Do the math. Do the math. So how money they're spending, but people can't get no water. You know what I'm saying? Nurses can't get no pay. Teachers can't get no raise. Bus drivers go rustle the last minute bus for whatever reason. I just threw that in there. For whatever reason. That would apply where it apply. But write this link down too, family, and check this article out. This is where this is going. This is where this is going. This is not an if, and, or but. But where did all this really come from? Where did all this, where did this originate? What's the origin of this stuff? You know, who brought this up? Who's making this happen? Well, y'all remember, matter of fact, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it. I'm going quick. I wasn't going to post it, but I'm gonna post it. Let me get this real quick. Let me just share this to my page. Right, share this to my, there you go. Okay. Let me do this one too. Let me just do this one too. Give me a sec. Let me just do this one too as well. All right, got you covered. All right, here we go. Let me open this up, family. Let me open this up. For those paying attention. Let me open that up. Okay. Y'all remember this right here? I would have shared this, I think, a while ago as well. In one of those earlier broadcasts as well. We would have shared this. This is from a book called Behold the Pale Horse. As a matter of fact, I am sure I have that here somewhere. I am sure. Ah, yes. Here it is. 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 I found it. I found it. I found it, man. Hold on. I found it, man. Y'all remember this? We had put this up a while. Matter of fact, not that far back, but we had put this up before. This book. My brother called William Cooper. Now, you can probably find a PDF file online of this book to download. If you can download it, feel free. But I think it's available on Amazon. It's maybe, I'm not sure, maybe it's out of stock. It could be. It's one of those books that are hard to find. It's hard to get your hands on a physical copy of this book. It's called Behold the Pale Horse. Serious book. I mean, this brother wrote this book back in 1989. Back in 1989, he's an ex-Navy officer, high-rank military man in the government, and he had access to a lot of redacted documents and certain things. And what he saw was going on, he was like, you know what? I can't. So he went ahead and put it out there. He put it out there. So, I mean, guess what happened though? They made several attempts on his life, and eventually he had an accident. But the point I want to make is that this brother right here in 89, 90 wrote a lot of what you see going on now in this book, including Big Brother's watching using a microchip. And I think that's on my wall somewhere as well. If you go scrolling through, you'll see it. But if you can get your hands on a copy of this book, write this down. It's called Behold the Pale Horse. Write that down. Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper. Yo, shout out to the mama, by the way. They said they killed him for putting out the book. It's a fact. It is a fact. This brother right here, I mean, if you could go and download the book. Go look for it, download it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that is, go get the book. That's all I tell you. Behold the Pale Horse. This is the information that he was putting out a while back, family. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't nothing new. It's new for us who now paying attention. This ain't nothing new. There's brothers and sisters who have been dropping this knowledge for a long time, putting in work for a long time. And here we are now. Can't believe that we reached the point where this stuff is out here happening in real time. This is not no more conspiracy theory from 89, 90, the 90s, 95, 99, 2000, 2001, 2010, 2011, 2012. Oh, that's the talking bear conspiracy. 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. And here we are. Barbados is telling you you're getting a digital ID. They didn't even ask you if you want one. You're getting it. Carry this electronic tracking device in your wallet or on your phone, however they plan to introduce it. And at some point down the road, the microchip come in next. Mark my word. Again, they've been showing us in the movies. Can't say we didn't know. Is a fact, Jackie. One thing about this thing, right? You can never say you didn't know. You could say you didn't want to know. Or better yet, you didn't want to accept. But you can never say they have not told us the plan. Which is funny because our own people been telling us the plan as well. It's been in front of us the whole time. But we've been too busy. Everybody's trying to live. See Barbados, for example. I was reasoning with an elder, well, you can't call it elder, a brethren of mine recently talking about the idea of the word sheep and whatnot. And Barbados and Barbadians are so comfortable. Yes, folks might refer to people as such, and that might even jolt people and move people. My position is real simple. The reality is, you know what? I think Malcolm said it best. You ain't getting that action from people unless you wake the people. So in order to wake the people, you have to introduce knowledge, something different to the people. It has to be different, because if you keep giving them what they've been getting, they're going to keep doing the same thing. The so-called government and these ministers, look, man, there's always been two types. Matter of fact, let me put it in perspective. Not two. It's really three, but it's really three. But I said two, but it's really three types. It's really three types. Let me go here, look. Let me just switch this real quick. It's really three types. There's really three types, not two. The question is asked. Let me see if I can get that. Is it top of this? Let me see if I can get this here open up. Hold on. I think I'm missing something on this. Let me see how this here working, because I feel I'm missing something here somehow. Forward, download. If I download it, it might do better. Let me download it. And let me open it. I know what happened. There's a question on the top of this. I did a screenshot, and it says there are two types of black people. That's what it said on the top. And the answer question was, which one are you? But really and truly, the third category of black would be what they call the middle class. You see it working now? There are really two types, you know. The third is the one they created called the middle class. And what the middle class is, an individual who is kind of woke but function as the people who are unaware or who are asleep. So they pretend to be sleeping although they woke to some degree. And that's called middle class, because they're the ones that the system use to keep the woke ones from running over and keep the sleeping ones asleep. You see, like in most cases, a lot of these ministers and pastors who go to these seminars, which are all owned by white people, by the way, there's no black seminar, none. And all these seminars, seminars derived from the word etymology, from the word semen. Go figure. So these ministers have to go to the semen factory, the seminar, to get the theological whatever, to come and teach the people and keep them at bay. Because they don't go preaching to people who woke, who conscious, and the wealthy. They go preach to the poor, downtrodden, and oppressed. There's a reason for that. But anyhow, another conversation, another Sunday school topic. So that's the reality right there, family. You see, which one are you? The middle class is what they're trying to get rid of these days. More middle class. You're either there or you're here. We want to know whether you serving us faithfully or you with the other folks. So they're the more middle ground. So the idea of straddling the fence, them days done, family. Them days done. Because the idea is that you either with them or you against them. And clearly lines have been drawn though. Lines been drawn. So people got to make it their mind now what they're going to do, because the ID card is here. And the ID card is going to segue into the chip. But before we even get into the conversation about the chip, understand that by accepting this digital ID that they plan to bring you, you are agreeing to become the property of the, what they call it, the state. You are agreeing, you are giving up all your fundamental rights. As a matter of fact, what is the constitutional law governing this digital ID? Do you even know? They didn't even tell you nothing about that. What does it mean? You don't even have a constitution. So what are you really buying into? What are you accepting? What are you agreeing to have your fingerprints, which is natural on you as a living being, associated with your corporation, which is dead? and giving control, complete control, even of your medical information, over to a system that has been oppressive towards you for however many centuries. Think, people, think. This is definitely not what you think it is. So the reality is the information is out there. Those who interested, those who not interested, well, you know, what can be said about that? But the reality is, family, there's work to be done at this point in time. They're going to play this thing off like a medical thing. Yeah, nah, man. You know, in case your granny or grandpa gets sick, you know, it's medical. So it's a good thing. Plus, it's a digital ID. You know, they got identity theft. Nobody can, you know, so you're safe. And it's a crypto wallet too. So the money's secure. Nobody can rob you from the cash. So they're going to have to then basically carry you to the system or the machine and have you use your digital ID and your fingerprint or whatever to confirm is you to get access to your stuff. What you feel they're going to do afterwards? I mean, come on, man. This thing here is so fraudulent and so deep. Like recently, I heard a young man called a case, right? The security forces, one of them came to a property not far from a residence of a young man and discovered some marijuana trees. Now, the land don't belong to nobody in the vicinity. They found a bush and they found some marijuana trees in the area. And they decided to pick a particular young man who I suppose somebody told them that he's who growing it. So they picked this young man, entered this young man home. All right, so they found a few little buds here and there, no problem. But then they charged the young man with the whole field. The whole field. So this is yours. And you're going to take this plea or we going to send you to prison. Young man, young man, teenager. Wow. Now guess what? If you don't want to go to prison, you got to pay a fine. Now this fine is over $25,000. Over. Little under 50,000. Over 25,000. Little under 50,000. I ain't giving the details for obvious reasons, but let me tell you this right here. The judge tell this young man, if you don't pay this fine, you get dodged though. This young man who ain't working, probably don't have the big sort of qualification from school. I don't know. Doesn't have any big marketing job or working in a law office or the doctor office. It's not the polytechnic getting a class or learning a trade or working on the construction site or driving a crane for pre-Concord, whatever, making money. It's a youth that's trying to survive like all the young people because there ain't too many opportunities for them. Anyhow, regardless, even if he did have qualifications or not, there's not opportunities out there for the youth. And the judge put a ransom like that on this young man. Now, his fear of going to prison might compel him to get creative in ways to find this money. Like going to the same judge house and waiting on the judge. And when he come home, baggy and carry to the ATM machine, Mr. Your Honor, you got to do a withdrawal, though. Or however they plan. My point is, when you treat people like criminals, right, you create criminal behavior. It is a fact. So by asking a young man to pay that kind of ransom, because that is a ransom, rather than get the young man the assistance he would need or some kind of help or get him in a program where he could probably learn a trade and help him, you know, get his life back on track. They put a ransom on this young man's head, a bounty damn near. If you don't pay this money by a certain time, you're done off here. I mean, these are the things that are going on that need addressing in this country, not in the digital ID. Y'all gonna pay all this money for, hold up. Barbados, we going about this thing all wrong. They say about $300 US. That's 600 Barbados. 600 Barbados multiplied by, let me call it 250. For the sake of argument, we can get any benefit you don't. Instead of buy 250,000 of these things. We instead of buy 250,000. Being instead of you know the buy 300,000. Although Barbados got a lot. Well, this gonna really tell who's who now. But anyhow, let me say 250. 250,000 people. It said 280, but we said 250. That's $150 million for digital IDs just to get a person to lock them into a system. Family, check this out, right? The kind of social issues we have that are not being addressed, not being resolved, not even being spoken about. Yet we allow these things to go on. I keep using the word allow because we are the ones allowing them to do this madness continually. We allow it, we sit back and we allow it, we watch it, and we say nothing, we go along. Well, you know what you're gonna do? Middle class, man. Middle class. You know more middle class family? Pick a side. Decide what you're doing. Get informed and get informed. So all the ones that didn't support this regime come election, let me tell you something. They're trying to rope you in now. So you vote for me, you ain't vote, but tell you what, this is why the snap had to happen how it happened. Check the science, family. Or when they ain't voting, when they're supporting, well, I can either lock you all out or lock you all in. Which one it can be? Now the real election gonna happen. This is now the real election to determine who is who. Mark my word. The X wasn't the election. The digital ID is the election. We can see now who vote for who. Either you vote the people out completely and don't support it by don't going and receive it, by not getting it, not even address. We don't want it, period, and let that be known. Or you can go and get it and cast your ballot. By the way, your ballot is the old ID card you put down. When you go and vote, you know you gotta put down your ID card and they tick you off, right? You gotta go and put an X, but then just tick you off. But we can't get the science. You want to put an X, and then you want to put a tick. Mr. Johnson? Yeah, Johnson. Okay, check. Yeah, you may go ahead. Yo, family, man. Family, love y'all. Here, family, love y'all, man. Love y'all, man. But this thing got to stop. Real thing. This thing got to stop. It got to stop. Come quick, take a look in my eyes. Work hard. Let me see. Work hard. Anyhow, I have. Should I do this now? Nah, not yet. So family though, I mean on a real though, I don't know who paying attention. See you, Jarvis. Stay humble. I wonder what is going to be said for the people to agree. No, you ain't got to worry what's going to be said for the people to agree. They're going to agree because a lot of people got their money tapped in the bank, want their new ID cards. Yes, I'm in the in crew. I got my digital ID. A lot of young people are going to go because the young people are the first targets for obvious reasons. The techno world is a young people world. So they're not really studying the older folks. They can care less about the elderly because they're trying to kill them off anyhow. So once they're gone, it's the youth now. We want to pull all these young people into the digital era. So they're targeting the children. Bet that. Know that. Because that's who they're focusing on. So we have to educate all children. Like I said, spend a little time with the children now. Take a little minute for them. Listen to them because it's about them. The same way that you get older as an adult, right? And you see your parents and you got all this technology and you be trying to teach your mother or your father how to use a cell phone or do certain things that they don't have a clue. Your children know things that you don't have a clue and be trying to teach you. You gotta take a little time and listen. Listen to the youths. Create an environment where you talk with them and not talk to them. Stop yelling at the children. Start raising your voice. Stop talking down to them. Talk with them. Communicate differently. Have a different kind of vibe going on. Strictly love vibe. Build them. Make them stronger than they were before. Make them stronger than they were before. Build their energy. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about, man. Jack, let's say we have to push back. No, we don't have to push back, Jackie. On the real, there's no pushing back. There's things we could do. First, we need to get knowledge, like I said, in order to change this situation, in order to rewrite this narrative and have it being spoken of differently. We have to reach a point where we realize we have to gain some new knowledge, because in gaining new knowledge, we want to function and do what we need to do. But if we don't have knowledge different, we don't gain by the renewing of the mind, family. You can't change these problems with the same formula that created the problems. We have to bring some new ideas to the table. What are these new ideas? Well, it deals with status, your status in the so-called society. There's some things that we need to do and some classes we need to attend. not just to have a document on paper. And I think this is where it failed before. Because even the elder told me that back since the 70s, people have sovereignty and documents here and there. The issue is not the document. The document is for documentation purposes when transacting transactions within the system itself. But the knowledge on what to speak, how to speak that which you have learned is where the power comes in, because life and death comes out the tongue. If you don't have that power, you don't have that knowledge that can give you, and you can speak truth to power, then they're going to chew you up. And that's a fact. That's a fact. So yes, ISIS, we gotta push forward, but the push forward comes from you as an individual. In order to change this system the way it is, we gotta change with self first. We gotta deal with self and balance. We gotta deal with self and order. That's how this is gonna be done. And then collectively we come together. That energy creates more energy. Trust me, they're gonna see it. They don't want nothing to do with that. They're gonna keep. Right now, they're trying to lock you into a system to stop you from discovering your power. Because imagine this. Imagine if no one parent took them to the government to get registered for the ID card in the first place. You just went to school and you learned. If you learn, what's your name? My name is John Brown. My mother called me John Brown. That's my name. All right. So we don't have that identification to identify you as John Brown. Why is that? Because we live in a system that's fraudulent. So they got to be practicing and make sure they do things to stop people being fraudulent. Imagine living in a society based on integrity and truth. You wouldn't have to ID to prove who you are. You don't have to have the picture. Imagine picture ID. Picture this here. You think they had picture ID 500 years ago? So when a man tell you, I am Sir Lord Scotland, blah, 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 from Darlington, Dublin, blah, blah, blah. You want a proof of that? A man word was his born. His word was his integrity. His word was his ID. Speak truth. Integrity it meant something. Your word is your bond, man. But we don't teach that. We come in a society where it's, this whole ID nonsense. Yes. Name a slave that had an ID. They had plantation cards. Why? So I know which plantation you come from. Oh, that's what that's about. Yeah. That's what that's about, man. That's your new brand. See, before you sub-brand you with a mark. You see? Watch how this thing come full circle. You sub-brand you with the mark first. Well, that's a bit cruel, though, because gangrene sometimes set in. Some people didn't heal properly. They might have died. So, look, tell you what, let me left that out. Let me get them a plantation card, so you know who belongs to who. So you stray too far this plantation, you get caught. You just flash this card right here, and they'll know that you're the property of Mr. Williams, and they'll return you safely, especially if you was trying to flee from Mr. Williams. He has invested a lot into you, boy. Go and get your royal black backside back on this plantation. Couple strokes in the back with the bull pistol, the cat and nine. You was good to go again, boy. So when they freed folks and got rid of folks, they said, well, they can't use the plantation card anymore. We got to find a way to track them and keep track of them. Let's do IDs. Let's give them IDs so we know who is who. Okay. We call them citizens now. You're no longer a slave. You're a citizen, boy. And this your citizen's ID, boy. We ain't connecting the dots, family. We ain't connecting the dots. So somebody got to come and drop this science, man. Like I said, you're paying attention now. This is nothing new. The elder, from time we land here, showed it to be at, by the way, got to show it to be at. Works upon works with the youth in the schools and all over the Caribbean. Teaching the youths what time it is. Teaching the parents what time it is. Teaching going into the churches, speaking, telling them what time it is. Are you paying attention now is the question, man. So that's what's up. But anyhow, go do that research tonight. Digital ID. The key right now is the 70% who did not support the system. Y'all are being forced to cast your ballot now, cast your vote. Because by acquiescing and submitting to this particular initiative that they decide that you need, which we never asked for it, this is the time to draw the line. But the man of the whole system going that way, well, guess what? If it's going to go that way, let us go that way on our terms, not the terms that they give us that we don't even know exist, masquerading on the guise of health and false security. Nah. We need to have our own initiatives, our own outputs, our own way of doing things. And if it is that we have to submit to that to some degree, let us tailor it to suit. Imagine all the countries decide to take this stance. It gone clear. But to let these people force this idea on you and then you just submit to it, nah. This is the real election now, family. Let me decide who gonna go and who will stay. Citizens is another slave, of course. Serious. ISIS trying to be in. But this is a tune here that we would have played. This was the first song we ever played on Politically Incorrect. First ever. I wonder if I could do it like that. I can do it like this. Because I ain't sure if I could do it like that at all. I ain't even sure if I could do it that way at all. I probably, let me see first. Let me see. Nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. So let me figure this out for a second. Here. Let me see how I can fix this real quick without. Nah, that ain't gonna work. I'll go back. All right, I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to think. I could do this, but if I, oh wait, yeah, I could do that. Oh, cool. Yeah. We cooking with gas, family. We cooking with gas. We cooking with gas. We cooking with gas. We cooking with gas. Let me put this piece up here real quick. But before I go there, though, let me drop back in here real quick. Before I go there, though, family, you know, if anyone have any questions, know the time to ask. Drop some questions in the comments. I will definitely take some time to look at them. And let me share this truth. Because right now the people need this information, family. Tonight, definitely go tell a friend and tell a friend. This you definitely have to share as per usual. You already know. And as the people tell me in the background, remember that Politically Incorrect is on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. I don't even know why you got to say this though, because who know, you know what I mean? But for those watching for the first time, for those viewing this randomly as a friend might have sent you a link, because somebody told me recently that they only started logging on when ISIS sent them a link. Big up to ISIS, by the way. And they saw it, and then they started watching it, and they started telling their friends. So that's how it actually works. Tell a friend to tell a friend. So definitely got to shout out everybody who be sharing it with their people and whatnot, because that's how we got to the point where we got. And like I said, YouTube the other day, which is 10,000 mark, which I wasn't even paying attention, but when I noticed that, I was like, whoa, YouTube. So people are paying attention, and that's what's important. The information is reaching the people. That's when they're going to start paying more attention. Trust me. Right now, they might just be, man, this on, they're talking, that's all. They ain't even paying money. But when you start to pay attention, is when they start to pay attention. Make sure you're paying attention, regardless to what. It's in the time that you're sleeping. Get your head out the cloud, pun intended, and pay attention to what's going on around you. Let us focus, analyze, develop, and execute. Because it's that time. Anyhow, remember, like I said, Politically Incorrect is on 3 nights a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, usually at 8 o'clock or a little bit after 8. And sometimes the reason why it's a little bit after 8 because Facebook sometimes needs tweaking, and you can't set a time for less than 10 minutes. So there's forced me to add on a 5 or 10 minutes. It's literally forced you to do it. Because if you don't do it, you can't schedule it and send a reminder. So it's just part of how they have it set up. Nevertheless, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. The email address is, you want to reach us, politically.in.correct246@gmail.com, and the number is 838-8253. So yeah, that's what's. Oh, and if you feel the need to support the program via some contribution, monetary wise, the email address is there for the PayPal account for those abroad. Those locally, as usual, that's Lady I, and let me make it happen. But things happening. Let me keep pushing, keep making it happen. Knowledge is not free. One must pay attention. I like that. You gotta pay one with the other. One with the other, man, Richard. Somebody asks you, why are you putting up the 666 sign all the time? You may have to enlighten me as to what particular sign I'm putting up that 666. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but please, Roger, enlighten me. You say, why put a 666 sign all the time? Enlighten me, Roger. What do you mean by that? Well, we have a minute. In the meantime, let me drop my brother right here, Nature B. Y'all might remember this song. Like I said, this was one of the first songs we...
News tonight, the devastating toll of the coronavirus. 2,000 Americans killed in one day.
The world's widest search for the coronavirus. Officials attempting to test everyone, all 11 million people in every neighborhood.
Tonight, our national death toll spiking to a new benchmark as the...
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Get up, get in the car, man.
I will.
Get up, get in the car.
I can't move.
I've been waiting the whole time.
Y'all would have heard. Y'all would have heard the song, but never seen it.
No, so them don't know why I'm if you driving at the black car. I'm gonna go to the gym there.
Nature B.
Listen to you.
And young brother.
Every day we get stronger.
Stronger.
Stronger. Stronger. You can't fill me up with anger. We get stronger. 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 Every day we get stronger. 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 Can't get me with no anger. We get stronger. 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 Them know why me live longer. Stronger than how me was from yesterday. Them can't take the life what Jaja give to it. All who them have a bag of things to say. Man still a stand firm, day by day. And every day me go down on my knees and chant up it. Oh Jaja, can you guide me along my way? Keep me strong for my kids and my family. So help me get every day me get stronger. Stronger. Them can't fill me up and anger. Me get stronger.
I gotta pull that tune there, family. Y'all already know right there, man. Y'all already know. Y'all already know, man. Y'all already know, man.
The world's widest search for the coronavirus.
We get stronger,
Officials
family.
attempting to
We get
test everyone,
stronger.
all
We get
11
stronger.
million people
We get
in
stronger.
every neighborhood.
Tonight, our national death toll spiking to a new benchmark.
Let me just say this, family. You know, it's like I said, we started this February last year. I mean, we gonna have to do a celebration. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do a party, man, a session or something. Maybe not this Saturday. I would talk to the sister right there in the taxi. Let me see if we could just arrange something. We gotta do something fun. We do a night session. We just gonna come on and just play tunes, man. Just fling tunes. Just bring in a DJ and just drop some tunes, right, Nataki? I can say that now because we talked about this since last year, and we just do a little celebration for real, family. I think that'd be super cool. Even bring in some artists if we can to let them come do a little performance live. That'd be deep. Yeah, though, I feel that's possible. Why not? I feel so. Why not? Because in these times, they want us to forget how to live, right? Just go ahead and submit to this thing and put your head down and live in fear and hide in a corner. And nah, life is for living, family. This is the worst of times. It's also the best of times. It is what you decide it is. Remember that. Not the narrative they want to push on you. Not the ideas they want to implant to you subconsciously. You know, it is you that make the difference. So know that you have power. Don't give it up for the digital ID. This is where now you're gonna have to decide your status. And there's some things that you could do to correct that in the court. And that's, I mean, this is stuff that they know. And there are people here who know it too. Not everybody gonna have that. There are people who exempt from all that, but you won't know this because they don't really share that knowledge. But politically incorrect, man. We're gonna teach. 6 neutrons, 6 protons, 6 electrons. That's melanin, bro. Live in love. I didn't say anything because the brother asked a question. He said you're putting up the 6 sign all the time. I was more interested in what he meant by sign. I don't know if he meant my hands. I don't know. I don't know. I personally don't know what the brother meant. And I didn't want to make any assumptions that he was referring to melanin, neutrons, protons, electrons. I wasn't sure if that's what he meant, but that's why I said to him to, make it clear for me exactly what you mean by the 666 sign, because, we are told that that's the mark of the beast. And the truth is that, what is the mark of the beast is going to blow people's mind, because the Bible is very clear on that. The problem is what is told to the people that the Bible say versus what the Bible actually says sometimes It's very different. Very different. That's why the Rastaman come and drop certain knowledge and say things. The Bible say that, like, you mean your Bible? You mean your Bible? No. I mean any Bible. The problem is that these pastors and these preachers, these ministers don't tell you the truth. They went to the seminar to learn what not to tell you. So when I Rastaman, come on, anybody else come who have the degree of understanding and say, well, look, nah, don't say that. That's not what it meant. You might find it hard to accept because after all, he don't have on a collar or he don't run he's not a parishioner, he don't have a church, whatever reason. The point is that a lot of the information we are told isn't really accurate. It really isn't. And I mean that in a sincere way, you know, I mean, no offense to nobody who religious or Christian or Muslim or whatever. A lot of it ain't really the truth. When you really look at it and peel back some layers, and I don't mean peel back layers from the standpoint of studying some outside book, and even going that far as knowledge contradiction. I'm dealing with the book itself, what is said, what is meant, like the same 666. He said I'm trying to the 666 sign. I don't know what the 666 sign is. I really honestly, I'm not sure the brother meant, and I don't think he came back on. Roger, where you at, Jordan? I didn't see. I don't know if you're still on or not, but maybe not, because you didn't respond to that. But I'm not sure what that is. What you mean by the 666 sign? So I ain't sure, but like the brother said, though, the 6 neutrons, protons, electrons, man, this is physics, man. You know what I'm saying? This is science. So misinformation and confusion, Steve. Like I said, I'm not really sure what the brother meant, so I didn't want to assume anything. Obama in his car was called the Beast. Yeah, the computer's called the Beast as well, you see. Know thyself. It's a fact. But I wish the brother had dropped the knowledge as to what he meant, because I would have liked to know what he meant by that. But maybe next time. Maybe next time, Steve. That's why I said, Steve, I ain't really mad at it. But yeah, politically incorrect family. The sister drop it on there again. Tune in, politically incorrect, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Email address and the telephone number. So you got it right there in your face. Meanwhile, I had to pull that tune because, like I said, it was the first song we ever played on Politically Incorrect. Very first tune. And that was like one of our anthems at the time as well. It was getting stronger and stronger. It should be in his brother. I forgot his brother's name, which is really not cool. Maybe I can look it up on the same page. It should tell me what his name is. If I pay close enough attention, we're gonna take a look. Hang on a second. His name is Messiah. I know he's Messiah, but I forgot what it was. Messiah. I'm not even seeing it. I'm not even seeing it. But the brother, matter of fact, when it comes on, when it comes on, his name is up front in the credits, I'm sure. Anyhow, fam, we're gonna jump into this tune again, like I said, and it should be and family. That's where we're going with this thing. And yeah. You want justice?
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
So look to the to me, man, the family.
I will. Get in the car. I can't move. I've been waiting the whole time.
Byron Messiah, yes, right.
Black Star.
Byron Messiah, his brother. Matter of fact, I think his birthday was yesterday or this week sometime. But anyhow, belated Earth Day, Bridget.
Listen to you. Every day we get stronger, 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 stronger. You can't fill me up with anger. We get stronger, stronger, stronger. Every day we get stronger, stronger, stronger. Can't catch me with no anger. We get stronger, stronger, stronger. Them know why me live longer. Stronger than how me was from yesterday. Them can't take the life what Jaja give to it. I do them have a bag of things to say. Man still a stand firm, day by day. And every day me go down on my knees and chant up it. Oh, Jaja, can you guide me along my way? Keep me strong for my kids and my family. So help me the heights I get. Every day me get stronger, 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 stronger. Them can't fill me up in anger.
me get stronger, stronger, stronger. Them know how me
Stronger,
live
family. We
longer.
get stronger.
Stronger,
We get stronger.
Them can't fill me up and hunger. Me get
From
stronger.
two close spins to all corner and iron and board.
Them know how me live longer.
We get stronger.
Them things that them win, but them only lose.
Yeah.
And me know them would have love to put me on the news. Them want me chop like mangoes and drain me out like bag juice. The 30 hard nail for cleaning and they wash shoes. So never let the pressure stop life get to you. Keep on pushing and keep on being you. But Jah is on your side to charge it. I know sometimes life can get hard.
We get stronger,
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 stronger.
You can't fill me up with anger. We get stronger,
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 stronger.
Every day we get stronger,
Stronger, family.
And we say stronger,
Can't catch
stronger.
me with no anger.
Can't catch
We
me
get
with no
stronger,
anger, family.
stronger.
It's
Them
the
know
love
why
we
me
dealing
live
with, man.
longer. Stronger than how me was from yesterday.
Yes.
Them can't take the life what Jaja give to way.
Nah.
Although them have a bag of things to say. Man still a stand firm, day by day.
Every
And every
day.
day me go down on my knees and chant a prayer. Oh, Jaja, can you guide me along my way? Keep me strong for my kids and my family. So help me to every day me get stronger, 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 stronger. Them can't fill me up and hunger. Me get stronger,
Big tune, family. Big tune,
Them know
family.
how me live
Shout out to
longer.
Mr. B.
Stronger,
Byron
stronger,
Messiah.
stronger.
Whole
Them can't
SKG.
fill me up and
I love
hunger.
y'all,
Me
man.
get stronger,
Stronger.
stronger. Them
Yeah.
know how me live longer.
Listen, you can't fill me up with the anger. We get stronger and stronger. Stronger and stronger, man. Every day. That's what's up, man, family. Yeah, I had to drop that tune in there, man, for real. For those who interested in watching this again, let me get the IG. Wait, I think this is the IG link I had clicked on here. Let me just post this in the chat too while you may push this right here too. Go download this tune and add it to your playlist, man. Simple as that. Go download that tune. Look at it right there. Look, bam. Go download that, add it to your playlist, man. That's what's going on. Nature B, Byron Messiah, Stronger. Earth Day greetings to you, my king. Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, family, digital ID. Anyhow, we dropped a lot of information tonight. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope it was enlightening. If it wasn't, please put your comments. Let me know. I am trying to find as much time to actually read the comments. I find that a lot of them are enlightening in a lot of ways. So, put your thoughts down below and let's work together to make it better for each and every one of us. So, as we go forward, like I said, tell a friend and tell a friend. The information is relevant, especially these times. It's a trap. Let us not fall into it. And yes, there's ways out of it, but make sure you have a full understanding of what you're doing before you get caught out there. So that's what time it is. That's what's going on, and we are brothers and sisters keepers. So yeah, on that note, family, we get stronger. That tune right there. I've not heard that tune in so long, man. Like I just went down a little memory lane. For real. So within the thoughts of the mind, got to get stronger and stronger every day. Steve said, no betas will accept anything, Well, you know what, man? Let us be sure to at least create an avenue for people to have a way out, for those who want a way out. You see, affidavit of status is the key. And I said it right there, but don't get tired with it. You got to know this thing. It's not about just having a piece of paper and say, yeah, look, nah. By the renewal of the mind, man, my people are destroyed because they lack knowledge. And it's not that knowledge has hid itself from you, but it says we have rejected truth. We have rejected the knowledge. So we ain't got nobody to blame but ourselves. So that's why Politically Incorrect as a platform, as a program, is here to do just that. Put the information out there and give you access to the information. Full stop. Anyhow, family, we up out of here till next time, Friday night. So be a special edition once you get the calls and confirmation. We got some special guests in the house. So we're looking forward to that. In the meantime, family, y'all be good, be wise, be safe, talk to the children, keep them in your hearts right now, especially this old school thing. And stay in tune. Stay in tune. denying the truth that's within. Facts. Facts, man. I'm gaining great knowledge on this program. Sis, we all are. We're here learning from each other, man. Each one of us teach one. We're learning from each other, man. That's the reality, man. You know, folks right now got to realize that it's in you. Truth is in you. You looking for something that you, how you gonna look for something you know you're looking for? You had know what you're looking for to look for it. It's a calling. What you are seeking is seeking you. Remember that. Remember that. And try to download that book, Behold the Pale Horse. All right. I had a thought. And by the way, if you haven't yet linked into Fade, link into Fade. We're pushing this vibe. The struggle is not for everyone, and some will rise and some will fall. Some will fail. Live ma'at and give thanks and honor. I guess that's an H on there. But yeah, family, that's it, man. Live law. It said righteousness exalt a nation, man. Search yourself, man. Know yourself. Know where you at. Know self. Know self. Know where you stand. Know your ledge. Know where you at. Know where you at. Be wise. So I can let this tune play out in the back, though. I like this vibe here, man. I can't even.
I've been waiting the whole.
Let's put that on low vibes. Put that on a low vibes. Yeah. Anyhow, family.
Every day we get stronger, stronger, stronger. You can't fill me up with anger. We get stronger, stronger.
Anyhow, fam, that's it, man. I out of here, man. Your brother not ask a question anymore. He kind of faded out. But whatever 666 signs, like, I don't know what that is. So it's all love, Roger, man. Come forward or inbox me if that's the case, man. And let me reason this stuff completely. Because I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Anyhow, family, be good, be great, stay beautiful. And like Nature B and Messiah say, Byron family, stronger every day, stronger every day. Air flexing the massive. That's the plan things, man. Anyhow, be good, man. You stop playing, stop playing, stop playing. Stop playing. But not another word, Isis. You definitely, without question, Isis. I've been that side in a minute. You know the side they're talking about. So yeah, I gonna hook you up. Jah is on your side, family. That's it, man. Anyhow, we out, family. Haile Selassie the First, Empress Wazir Mene. Perfect balance. One perfect balance, man. Get stronger, family. Get stronger, family. At that time. Stronger than yesterday here. That's the only objective for tomorrow is to be stronger than yesterday. Everything else will fall in place. Know that. Restful night to you too, sis. Royal rest, family. See y'all next rise. First light. Rastafari. Nature B.
Them know want me live longer, stronger, stronger. Them can't fill me up and anger. Me get stronger. Them know want me live longer.
Live forever, family, and be free.